Hello friend and welcome back once again to Unity of Command 2. We're here with the final mission of the Blitzkrieg DLC and the ahistorical scenarios, the Midland Blitz. It is September the 12th, 1940. Even as German panzer divisions disembark in English ports, the British stay true to the words of Winston Churchill and fight in the hills and in the streets. In pure desperation, the Home Guard is fully mobilized, while what remains of the British war industry attempts to equip barely trained new armoured formations. With its panzer divisions finally ashore and its infantry recovered from the near disaster in July, the Wehrmacht launches what could be its final offensive in Western Europe. And I really wonder whether the British will retreat to Scotland or whether they will surrender altogether. It'll be interesting to see. Thanks to your efforts, our forces in England have not only survived, but are now reinforced with additional units, including most of Panzergruppe Kleist. Impetuous as always, our panzer generals have immediately gone on to the offensive. Happily, this recklessness seems to have paid off once more, and the main British front line has been broken in multiple places. Your task is to conquer what remains of England and Wales. Be aware that the Brits have mobilized every man of fighting age and seem intent to fight on to the end. So be it. We have to capture Plymouth by turn 8, Swansea by turn 9, Liverpool by 9, and Leeds as well. Destroy the Home Guard is 100 prisoners. Norwich turn 5, just like Birmingham and Manchester. Alright. These guys probably all out of range, yeah. Obviously I can't put reserves there, but let's actually see first whether I can actually get some decent pontoon bridges. And does seem like that's the case. I do think we're very likely to look at just an all-out assault towards all sides. And how about supply? That has to do with this, I think. It's for the rail. Let's just keep that one. And move, well, first oversupply these. Move you in here. You in here, let's get started. Taking a look at the supply, it seems like I can cut off this entire area by just moving up this rail line. This gets supply through there. There's no way to easily cut those guys off. Taking stragglers is not necessarily my immediate concern. Well, I think next turn I can cut them off here. They're pretty tough like that. Well, I do also want to take those prisoners. So if I cut them off on turn 2, then I'll be in a great position. Okay. Things out here will be pretty rough with these guys as well. So even here, not yet looking to attack those guys, I suppose. Doesn't really help. What if... no. Supplies can actually go through down there. I don't think I need this one up here. Really thought that they would be able to get a pontoon bridge over there too. And maybe they will now. Let's see what they do. It's not a great first turn. Oh, wow. Well, that's great. They still get air attacks, huh? And they missed the supply, regardless. Okay, well, this should at least cut them off, I think. Yes, it does. So I don't really need a whole lot more units down there to get to Plymouth, I think. There we go, so all those units are now cut off. And in a way, we know that they have a unit there at least as well. So can I stop selecting them? Thanks. The thing I feel is also one of the most important is to try and cut off as many enemy units as possible. So even though it might somewhat jeopardize my own supply situation. Oh, that's not a good attack. Still, it'll be fine. As I said, the goal is to cut off the enemy. Wow, they still get their supplies all the way from up there, huh? Well, that will probably mean I'm gonna lose this Großdeutschland infantry division. With probably, I mean, I will lose it. Let's get you in here. That's altogether not particularly useful. That's fine. Need to make sure that they can't cut off my supplies there either. Okay, I'll take that supply hex too. Rather unfortunate I lost that unit. I need to take Norwich by turn 5. So I do need to try and at least get a unit in close. Despite everything. We'll get those guys and the stragglers. I'm actually fairly surprised by the weakness of their armor. Although maybe I shouldn't be. They are getting just perfect supply without any issues. And I do not think that moving in further prevents that in any possible way either. Maybe I can cut them off there. Currently, my rail runs all the way up there, and I'd like to keep it this way, actually. They might actually try to move in down through there, but I don't think it really matters. Wow. As before, the airplanes are pretty rough. You actually have relatively little forces with which to try and encircle the enemy. So I can only resupply one unit. Well, that would be you, obviously. Oh, I actually completely forgot about these. So I guess in order to potentially get those guys in supply, if there is no mud, then I kind of need to just attack. Also then maybe hope that they will not put a unit in there. We'll see. Is this mod really necessary? So I also will not be getting any supplies through down here, but let's move these guys back. I that should also cut off these two. I could take Birmingham a turn later. So... I actually... Moving in there probably cuts them off from supply. Yeah, that's quite useful. Actually, a bit of a shame that they cannot get any more of these stragglers. Do you need to repair some bridges? They kind of act like they can. Oh yeah, they are. That's, I think, pretty critical for the supply to get through there then. Otherwise it has to go around. Enemy pontoon bridges. And required? No. Oh, I did not use the air power. Don't. I think they might still be in supply though. We'll see. Plymouth needs to be taken by turn 8. I can secure this on turn 6 and move. Yeah, that should be okay. Great. Because it means I can move the armor out. And this will allow me to cut off 2 of the enemy's units. So no more moving after that, unfortunately. But the most important thing is not only to cut off them, yeah, it was very unlikely anyway. Should then put them back in supply. They might actually be out of supply for 2 turns there. Then most of these have moved or cannot move any further along. How useful would it be to destroy some of that? I generally really don't care for this. The amount of times that it's useful are very, very limited. Fine. I can't really do a whole lot there. Although, they're not in supply now, right? Nope. Let's go back and at least take that 1 hex as well to make sure that they will be. How bad is it? Not too bad. That one is useless. All of these guys will be out of supply for 3 turns, so only this infantry has to be around Ipswich now. And they will all be out of supply for 2 turns too. Or more. Fairly annoying that, but maybe if this, the weather is pretty reasonable the next turn, which it kind of is. Okay. There's still some time. Now, if they retreat, that would be a very great boon, because it means that the supplies now run through there. Means I can get rid of this one. And probably place another one up there, but we'll see how that goes. Let's make sure these are repaired. I mean, it doesn't help particularly much this turn, but eventually it will. They will be in supply, but just this bridge is also still intact. Ow. So then, with both those bridges destroyed, I'm actually, yeah, I already thought so. Their supplies cannot be amazing. Now, one of the things I guess also which is somewhat important is to make sure that these are in, well, let's just say, a bit of trouble. Let me guess, they will get supplies through there. Yeah, and this is a major river. That is some cause for concern, I suppose. Let's get the prestige. And leave it at that. Where could this possibly be useful? Maybe here? No. Because if I were to attack there, then it might have actually worked. Okay, well, let's start again down here. The important thing is to beat them from there. I don't really care about this additional security unit. How useful are you down there? Not a whole lot. Let's start moving these guys up. I have 91 prisoners, so I don't really feel like that is in danger. And I have to take it by turn 9. So even then, that's still a pretty serious concern. There's no need to repair that though. I don't really care if they go out there. I just need to move in through there and then take it. It's funny that these guys actually can get supplies. Oh, I guess they get it from that harbor. Fair enough. Seems like all my units are in supply like this. But just for good measure, let's do that. Okay. Let's start here. Down here. So now that that's done, I'll keep my unit on Plymouth. There's a 50% chance, but I still had these tanks obviously, so I wasn't too concerned. At those. Um, so I mean, they're not going to get a whole lot further than this, so. That is that. Okay, I think I'll be able to take those guys down at least on the next turn. And just kind of have to pray that that will work out. Not much else I can do there, so except also move Panzergruppe Kleist as well. Who knows what the AI might still be up to here. They certainly don't have a lot in terms of numbers, but the fact that they also have all three of those things in there. Okay. That's one. I'll keep hitting them. Well, I just barely made it into that, also with the huge losses, but I got it. But not very easily. I also got the home guard by this stage. So sweet, another bunch of prisoners. Let's make sure we take those and right now we're just in the mopping up phase. I suppose. So despite me losing pretty big numbers there at the end, I still think that that ultimately went well. It was a bit of a stressful moment there. Yeah, sure. Let's continue. Let's see if there are still some things left to be taken. Probably not. But even just attacking here allows me to get a few extra points. And I do like my points. Let's build some pontoon bridges for that. There we go. They can really only build things up in that region. Let's continue for at least one more turn. I know a lot of my units are now out of supply. All that mud there is, or the rain is no good. Disband that southern command. Alright, so that's pretty much it. I'll end the turn after this because there's nothing more we can do. They might get a security unit or whatever, but well, it's over anyway. Get a campaign milestone, rule Britannia. We got all the objectives and a bunch of points. So that's neat. We've gotten all the objectives. I think then we can end the campaign here. How does it look? Yep, actually great. So that's all ours as well. And if we take a look down here, we can see that we also took pretty much all of the Middle Eastern stuff. So I think that's probably pretty worthwhile. I guess the Germans would be looking at the Russians next, but without the British to intervene, they might have a somewhat easier time. Who knows? At any rate, that means that this DLC is now over. And I'll be once again looking at other games. So I want to thank you all for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. Or help me out on Patreon for more videos each week. Once again, thanks for watching this LP. Take care and bye-bye.